ride to kind of vent some frustration today. I feel like all that is happening lately is I'm having to deal with companies that are incompetent, extremely f***ing rude, and just trying to rip you off. So I spoke before about what happened at Curry's. That was annoying. And then today, dealing with insurance. So I took out an insurance policy on my car a couple of months ago. And you know, when you deal with an insurance company, you're actually dealing with a broker. If you look at the actual paperwork for the insurance policy, it will always actually tell you who the insurer is. And it's never the insurance company that you've gone to. They're just the broker. So the previous insurance company was the AA, and they were fine. But their renewal for a policy was about £500, no, it was more than that, it was about £600 more than any other company was quoting me. I have no idea why, it was absolutely ridiculous. So I went with a company called, no, maybe I shouldn't say who the company was. Oh, fuck it. Yeah, the company was called One Click. And shortly after the policy started, about a week after the policy started, they sent us an email saying, we can't verify your no claims that you've claimed. You need to send us proof. Which I pointed out to my wife at the time was strange, because the actual insurance company that was being brokered through the AA was the same company that was being brokered through One Click, and I couldn't understand why the price was so different. It was the exact same company, exact same details for us. Nothing had changed. And I thought, well, it's weird that it's the same company and they haven't got that information, but fair enough. So they gave you a big long list of all the forms of proof that they would not accept, which was nearly everything. Like the obvious go-tos, like your renewal policy documents, no, it wouldn't accept that. But what they would accept was a renewal invitation, which, as it's 2025, is on an email. So I took screenshots of the email, included all the information so they could see where it had come from, you know, stuff like that. And I uploaded it to the system and thought no more of it. About 5 days later, I got a letter from them saying we needed to upload proof of no claims. But I ignored the letter because it was dated the same day that they sent us the email. You know, with insurance companies and things like that, they do that a lot. They'll, you know, the system will just automatically generate a letter. Then we got an email from them today saying that they had charged us an additional £320, including admin fees, because we haven't provided proof of no claims. Cut a long story short, about half an hour waiting to chat to someone online because I couldn't speak to anyone on the phone. And again, it was like the person in Curry's all over again. The rudest you could possibly imagine is the one that I got to do the online chat with. And they were just sort of like, yeah, your no claims proof isn't acceptable. And I was like, it's the one form, thank you, that you said was acceptable, which was the renewal invitation. That's what it is. They were like, yeah, it needs to be a PDF, not an email. I was like, okay, well, I'll save if you can wait online, I'll save it right now as a PDF and send it to you. No, because it will still be in an email format. And he said, what the fuck? Talking about? I said I asked the insurance company previously to send us proof of no claims, and they said, yeah, it's your renewal invitation, that's all you need. And now you're saying that you can't accept that. And while we're on the subject, the actual insurance company, the company providing the insurance, is the same. So surely they can see you've got, you know, the policy information, my name, all the personal, you can tie it all up. They must be able to see that they previously insured me through the AA and know what my no claims is. No, we can't access that information. You need to send us proof. It needs to be a PDF. I was like, okay, so when I'll get that now and I'll contact you again, but can I just make sure that when I send that proof through, will you refund the additional payment, including the admin fees? Because this wasn't my fault. You can see what I uploaded before. was exactly what you asked for. You didn't say it had to be a PDF. I sent you what you asked for. Will it be refunded? And their response was, and they were so shit, I can't emphasise that enough, what they were. They said, well, it depends if we find what you send us acceptable or not. And it was like, for fuck's sake, this. So I sarcastically typed back, I was like, okay, for argument's sake, let's pretend what I'm going to send you later is perfectly acceptable. Will you refund me the charge? It depends, we'll have to take a look at it and make a decision. So I got the proof, I sent it to them. Thankfully, I chatted to a different person who was much, much nicer. And they just cancelled everything off and sorted it all out and said, yeah, don't worry about it, that's all fine. You're not going to be charged anything. Now, which is great that they sorted it out. But again, that took an hour to sort something out that wasn't my fault, and they treated me like I was some kind of asshole. Just piss me off. Like, imagine how many people they do that to, that just think, oh, I must have made a mistake. I'll just pay the extra. Bell ends. No one can do their job properly anymore. No one wants to do their job properly anymore. And it's just constant. Do you know what I mean? It's just constant. Anyway, whinge over for now. Got to pick medication up from the vets. They've picked me off as well. Story for another day.